guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's taking me so long to post this video, but I'm back and there will be many more videos to come, so don't worry. Today I want to talk about joint replacements. So if you're new to my channel, you might want to go back and watch my previous videos first, and it'll kind of catch you up to speed as to where we're at today. So I was 18 years old, and my rheumatologist had told me, after doing x-rays of my hips and my knees, that within 5 years, I would need to have both hips replaced. Okay, I handled that pretty well. I was okay with that. Little did we know that 5 months later, my cartilage in my left hip had deteriorated so fast that it was literally bone on bone. I was seeing my chiropractor at least once a week, and usually by the time I got out to my car, my hip was out of place again, and that's when we knew that we needed to take the next step. So I went back to my rheumatologist, and he confirmed that it was my hip and it needed to be replaced. Mind you, this was only 5 months later. It went that quick. I had a surgeon in Salt Lake City, Utah, who specialized in joint replacement for hips and knees. Amazing, amazing doctor. Amazing staff. From the operating room all the way through recovery, physical therapy, everything. They were amazing. The doctor was amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better doctor. So, a week after my 19th birthday is when I was scheduled for surgery. I was terrified. I didn't know what to expect. I had watched the video, but until it happens, you don't know what the outcome is going to be or how long the recovery is going to be, because it's different for everybody. So what might be easy for me could be a longer and harder recovery for someone else, or vice versa. Luckily, I had my parents as a huge support system, and my dad literally stayed at the hospital with me almost every single night. And I'm a huge daddy's girl. So that, to me, I was comfortable. They had me up and walking the next day, as much as I could handle. Before I could leave the hospital, I had to master going up and down stairs, getting in and out of a bathtub, that kind of stuff. And I did physical therapy twice a day. So I did that. At that time, your stay in the hospital was like 5 days. So that was hard. But I'm thankful that I did have that time there. So I had that done. And then in August, this was November of 96 that I had that done. In August of 98, my right hip went. And so that needed to be replaced. And the same doctor did that surgery. I knew what to expect going in because I'd already had it done prior on my other one. So I was good to go. And it was a lot easier because I think a lot of it was I knew what to expect. So I did that. I went in for my 6-week checkup to see how everything was going. And I had told the doctor, I said, we can't do x-rays today. And he looked at me like, why not? And I said, because I'm pregnant. So that following May, I had my first son, who sadly is 18 years old and a senior in high school this year. So, and then when he was a year and a half old, so it was November of 2000, I had to have my left knee replaced. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Knees, for me personally, was the worst. It was hard. The recovery process was a lot longer. And because my knees were so bad for so long, I couldn't get them to go straight, even after the surgery. And I was using the machine and everything. It ended up, they had to go in and manipulate it. They put me out for that. And then I was in a full straight leg cast from my hip all the way down to my ankle. And every week they had to go in and take that cast off and put a new one on because it had loosened up so much. And then I did physical therapy. And then I had my youngest in December of 2001. And in August of 2002, I had my right knee replaced. So you see a pattern here. I had my left hip and my left knee were both done in the months of November. My right hip and my right knee were both done in the months of August, just a different year. And then, so 3 years ago in June, I had to have my right hip revised as it was wearing funky. And we think a lot of that is due to, in part, that I got pregnant so soon after surgery that it didn't have time to heal properly. But that's okay. It went great. It's doing great now. And the doctor told me then that my left hip was next. I drug it out. I was in pain and agony. I knew what needed to be done, but I didn't want to face reality. And the pain had gotten to the point where I was like, I just need to bite the bullet, do it, get it done. And my mom had been telling me, you need to get in and get that done, or your doctor's going to retire. So Easter of this year, on the day after, I called the office and I said I need to make an appointment with Dr. So-and-so. And they said, I'm sorry, but he retired a year ago. I was devastated because he'd done all my replacements. I had a great connection with him and with his staff, and they were like, but Dr. So-and-so took his place. And I almost hung up the phone. I'm not going to lie. I almost hit the end button. But I thought about it and I was like, no, it needs to be done. I like the staff. I love the hospital there. So, and she's like, this doctor took his place. And I thought, well, if he left that doctor in charge of his patients, he trusts that doctor. So I went with it and went ahead and made my appointment. But I scheduled it out until June because I wanted to wait until my kids were out of school. And then a couple days later, I called and talked to the nurse and said, hey, I know what needs to be done. You've got all my records. Is there a way that we could possibly just go ahead and schedule my surgery while we're at it? I know I'm still going to have to come in and have x-rays done and everything ahead of time, but can we go ahead and schedule surgery? And so she talked to the doctor and she called me back and she's like, yeah, absolutely. And I was on the books for surgery for the following week after my consultation appointment. So it was amazing. The surgery took longer than expected. It was supposed to be about an hour and a half, 2-hour surgery, and it lasted 3 hours because it was so invasive. It was so bad that they had to take out the stainless steel joint and the ball. Sorry, my nephew is having a fit in the background here. So that recovery has taken me a little bit longer. So I had that surgery in June of this summer. It was a long recovery process. A lot harder than my last one, but there again, it was a lot more invasive too. But each day it gets better, and I'm feeling a lot better. So that's a good thing. So I just kind of wanted to update you guys on all my joint replacements. I'm sure there'll be many more to come. But yeah, go ahead and, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Leave me a comment if there's anything you want me to talk about in my next video. I'm open to anything. I love to share my story. So just let me know if there's anything that in particular that you want me to talk about. Thanks, and have a great day.